Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Gridiron Recap. Kevin Walsh, Jersey Joe Archino, and Ian Sachs here alongside me, both reporters for ESPN Albany Radio. And we're going to be talking about the Jets and the Giants. Jets get their first loss. Giants get their first victory. We'll start with the Jets, though. First 2 weeks, the quarterback play was solid. Ryan Fitzpatrick looked really good, but Week 3, not so much. Do you think that this team can still rely on him, and do you think they still trust him moving forward?
Well, they had to rely on him a lot. He threw 58 pass attempts, something that he hasn't done. He was asked after the game. He said, yes, that probably was a career high for pass attempts. Even though Geno Smith suited up on Sunday and was available to play, head coach Todd Bowles after the game, no doubt Ryan Fitzpatrick is this team's quarterback.
Ryan's our starter.
Week 3, another issue that this team had was some bad turnovers, some just costly mistakes. How does this team limit those mistakes and for themselves move forward and really limit those mistakes?
Flat out, it goes on everybody. Ryan Fitzpatrick after the game saying that everyone's accountable. They have to play smarter. The
winning formula for us is not going to be turning the ball over and throwing it 58 times. I think we know that. So we've got to play a better game, a smarter game, and everybody on offense can contribute to that.
And he had a few interceptions, 3 to be exact, but a lot of that was the defensive line of the Eagles pressuring the offensive line, getting to Ryan Fitzpatrick. So some batted balls, not all his fault. And then, of course, the one turnover, Brandon Marshall, completely unacceptable, trying to lateral it. 7 plays later, Eagles come down, score a touchdown. They win by 7. That's the difference in the game.
Now, Joe, I'm going to ask you, too, this team was really without Decker and Chris Ivory, two of their main pieces. Did we kind of see that this team is not very deep at the skill position?
You know, at the end of the day, I think you got to look at what the Jets did in the offseason, all the changes that they made, bringing in, filling in a lot of those holes. I don't know if depth is an overall issue. I think running the football, it's certainly an issue. But I think when you look at your roster collectively, you're always going to second guess, how deep can I go towards that back end? Are there some issues? Absolutely. But are they big problems? I don't think so. I think it's more of just those injuries. It's just more bad timing than anything.
And now we're going to switch it over to the Giants. They finally got their first victory, didn't blow a fourth quarter lead this time. And maybe this is a building block for this team to move forward. The NFC East is depleted. Can they maybe now build off this win and get themselves back to the playoffs?
Well, you want to talk about building. I talked to Odell Beckham Jr. after the game, and he said a quote that really stuck out to me.
It's all a process. You know, the road to championship is always under construction. So with that being said, the goal is to always win, and that's what we're going to try and do.
And I think that's really fitting for this team. Block by block, piece by piece, it's going to take time. They really still need to learn how to finish. That was still stress big time. But this is the building block you start at. You showed you had the composure, you got the turnovers, you got some more pressure on the quarterback. There's no turning back from here. You just got to keep moving forward.
And we also spoke about the team's inability to make plays on the defensive end or within special teams to really get themselves a spark. Well, Rashad Jennings comes out and blocks a punt. They kind of seem to make that switch, that transition. Do you think that this team can now kind of rely on their defense and special teams to give them a spark and added boost in games?
Well, I'll tell you what, from all the defensive players I talked to after the game, you could definitely tell that there was a newfound confidence there. I talked to John Beeson. John Beeson really had that message where, look, when we got those turnovers early, that just really gave us that edge the rest of the game. And I think that's it. Prince Amukamara, you saw him get that interception again slightly after Rashad Jennings made that play. When you get those interceptions early and you're getting those turnovers, that's not just situational awareness. That's film study. That's reading the defense. That's being in the right place at the right time. And that's something that they have done for the most part, is being in the right place at the right time. If they can rely on that moving forward, which I think they can, I think they'll be in pretty good shape.
Now, Ian, I want to close with you. There has been some breaking news in regards to the Giants. They're going to be trying out Hakeem Nicks and Wes Welker, so they don't seem to have much faith in the receiver position outside of Odell Beckham. Do you think that they are going to have to strengthen that receiving core if they really want to make the playoffs, or do you think that Odell might honestly be enough?
Listen, Odell is an absolutely great wide receiver. He can make incredible catches that, frankly, 95% of the other receivers can't make. So I think he's a great number one. But when you think about it, come later in the season, people are going to the defenses are going to be paying so close attention to him, especially if the Giants don't supplement him. I think they have to look somewhere else, even for a number 2, a number 3, a number 4 receiver, just to go to when Odell Beckham Jr. might get double or even triple teamed.
Well, that is all the time that we have. Kevin Walsh, Jersey Joe Archino, Ian Sachs. This has been Gridiron Recap. We'll see you guys next time.